What's this podcast called?
Stepsister from Planet Weird.
Podcast from Planet Weird.
Oh.
Luck of the Irish. More like freak me in the eyeballs.
I love this movie.
No!
I told you not to bring up prom in this episode.
Oh, you want to talk about prom, mama? Drama-ka-flama, baby. I was nominated for Winner
God damn it.
King. Welcome to Podcast from Planet Weird.
Is that your major
That's
pain
my
voice?
That's my best major pain voice.
Okay, it was something.
It was an attempt.
Yes, welcome everyone to episode 265 of Podcast from Planet Weird.
2 plus 6 equals 7 minus 1. I lost the math.
This is episode 2 of season 6.
2, 6.
New year, new us.
And it is the 5th.
It's not.
No.
It is 3.14 pie.
Pie day.
No pie.
No, I didn't get a single pie. Could you, theoretically, hear me out, could you, a gordita, would that be a pie?
I hate these conversations of like, it's a hot dog, a sandwich. I'm sick of these.
Are there more doors in the world?
Ravioli?
Or are there
Shut up.
Wait, it's a Pop-Tart? No. What? No.
Those are
Who
things
the fuck
that
says a
people are
Pop-Tart
saying
ravioli?
this. Alright, anyways, if you don't know, this is a show where Juan and Sarah, which is us, hi, we talk about movies from back in the day, the 90s, early 2000s. This one just so happened to come out when we were born. That's right, 1995, Major Payne.
That's why I grew up knowing this movie. I was like, why? Like, my cousins love this movie. Like, live.
Everyone has a cousin that loves Major Payne. Loves it.
Loves Major Payne.
Such a cousin movie. We'll talk about that in a moment, that film. But first, we just like to catch up a little bit. No. So, Juan, how are you?
How am I?
How
am I?
Am I?
How am I? I'm fine.
Okay.
I have to get a new ID, which I could have done today.
Why do you have to do that?
Let me tell you, because the U.S. system makes you do jumps and hurdles. Every time you complete one thing, they say, well, guess what? Everything now is invalid. You have to do the new thing again to get your old shit, because I'm a citizen.
Oh, and you've been a citizen for what?
A year.
A year now?
And they said, you have a year.
To do what?
Because when you're a resident, your identification is timed out to a year after you would have to be renewed. Because you get an hour, like a year window to like renew your...
Does it look different?
No.
Okay, well then what's the point?
No, I don't know. It's these people, this little twink, let me tell you, this little twink, I went out to Stacy's.
Oh, I was like, Joe Biden?
No. He's some sort of old grandpa. He's a skeleton.
Yeah.
This little twink at Stacy's looked at me dead in the eyes. He said, your ID is expired. And I said, oh, shoot. Me knowing fully well it was expired. Oh, my God, for real? Like, wow. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's acting.
I'm an actor. And then he goes, and then I go, he's like, yeah, it's okay. And I go, okay, so am I allowed in? And he's like, no. And I go,
it's okay, but you're still not allowed in.
Like, you should have led with, like, sorry, we can't let you in.
He said, we're not going to kill you.
We're not going to call the cops.
We're not going to deport you, but you're not allowed in.
But that gets me thinking, like, what if you are illegal, but you're like 35 and you want to go out to the club?
Wait, so
what happened? Nothing. I just went home. I drove to Phoenix and I went home.
You drove for that and went home?
I drove to Phoenix and I went home.
And that's why you stay home. That's why you don't invade lesbian spaces, Juan.
No, the lesbian bar is next door.
Stacy's is a lesbian bar.
No, it's like the cool gay plus the lesbians.
Let's talk about how Juan is invading lesbian spaces. Lesbian erasure.
There's boycott.
Boycott.
Because they're boycotting boys. Get it? Boycott.
There's boycott. Boycott boy. Well, that sucks because no one likes going to the...
No one likes... And I have to take my whole... Because I also haven't filed to get a passport.
I don't have a passport.
See, okay, thank you.
Where am I going?
Why would...
What am I, rich?
Do I want to come back to this country? Is it even worth it?
Am I going to be traveling overseas now?
Like, I don't understand why everything's not just digital. Like, they can't be like, scan the thing. Oh, you're allowed back in. Like, why do I have to have 17 different forms of like not a green card? They took that away from me. Rest in peace. I like that thing. Why do I need to have a passport, an ID, and a social security card? Why can't all of that just live in...
I'm gonna lose them.
I'm gonna throw them away.
I think those... because of cyber terrorism, maybe.
Who wants to be me?
You.
What do they want? The Transformers back there?
You'd be surprised.
The mics? The new tripod that this camera's on? That looks nice, right?
Yeah, it does look nice.
Looks like spiders.
I don't have a passport either.
I don't have passport.
Everyone but my brother, we don't have them. Because we've never been out of the...
Why's your brother got one?
Because he went...
You're going in Italy?
He went to
France?
To Europe.
Barcelona?
In high school, yeah.
They expire.
Well, maybe...
They expire in 5 years.
Well, the point
What's the point of having anything if it expires in 2 days?
I do...
Cottage cheese?
I feel like if I was going to go overseas to a country... I was just telling our coworker...
Japan.
No, I feel like for me, first I would want to go to Australia.
Melbourne.
Or New Zealand. Just so I can show up, I get off the plane and go, "Arnar!"
And then go back on.
And then they tell me to leave.
So you can go back in and go, Vegemite? And then they say...
I've had that.
Is it gross?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what do you expect?
I don't know. Australian people. No taste.
But I like a lot of Australian people.
Australian people. No taste.
They have great taste.
They have great taste because they have universal health care. They have a great country to live in.
They handled the lockdown
professionally
very well. They have... I know some great bands from Australia. Some great actors. The
Wilds.
Yeah, half of the Wilds cast. But yeah, well, when are you going to do that?
Tomorrow, I guess.
LOL, have fun.
I also have to go pants shopping because I have a wedding next Saturday.
Okay, sounds like someone's a busy little bee. And we're lucky to have gotten him to sit down here to record this video for the Patreon.
My time is valuable,
supporters.
But you guys pay.
Something that Juan probably doesn't want to hear is that...
I get no money.
No. That I'm keeping all of it. No, that the Planet Weird Awards are coming up. This weekend is the, Saturday, I believe, is the last day to vote. And then the awards episode is coming March 27th on a Sunday, same day as that other award show. The Oscars. So get those votes in if you haven't voted yet, or get your friend, your other friend,
if
your
you got
parent, your uncle. I don't know.
A podcast is like having friends.
Yeah, get them to vote, and then Juan, you and I will record the bonus episode that will be exclusively on Patreon. So
how about that?
So we will have to find some time to do that. Yes. But we love doing it, y'all. We love doing it because I hear that
time is money, but time is a man-made construct, and so is money.
No, I hear there's some pretty cool celebs that are going to show up for the Planet Weird Awards.
Dove Cameron?
I hear Dove Cameron might be there. Will Jason Derulo fall down the stairs again?
Stanley Tucci?
Maybe. We just don't know yet.
Olivia Newton-John? She's dead.
She's not dead.
Oh, shit.
She's 100% alive.
I thought she was dead.
No,
sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry. Rest in peace.
Anyways,
no, not rest in peace.
This is your reminder to vote for the Planet Weird Awards. Link is in the description. It's also in our Instagram bio if you need to go click over there. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into this episode about Major Payne.
Major Payne.
Major Payne is a 1995 American comedy film directed by Nick Castle, starring Damon Wayans,
younger cousin,
who wrote with Dean Lorey and Gary Rosen. So he helped put this script together.
So he is a Wayne.
Yes. Damon Wayans of the Wayans family.
Who is in the Wayans family?
Keenan Ivory Wayans, Damon Wayans, Sean Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Damon Wayans Jr. One of the kids in the ROTC program in this is his nephew. Is Damon Wayans' nephew?
The little one? Oh, wait, no, one of the big kids, huh?
Yeah. Kim Wayans. Damian Dante Wayans. A lot of Wayans.
Who did White Chicks?
That was that not Marlon and Sean? It was directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. It was starring Sean and Marlon.
So this is literally a family of just comedians, like black comedians.
Yeah.
The legacy.
They're responsible for like starting the Scary Movie franchise. They're the ones that started In Living Color, the sketch show where Jim Carrey got his start. Mm-hmm. So.
The Waynes.
The Wayne.
People keep saying, Bruce Wayne, whatever Wayne, Thomas Wayne. These are the Waynes that I adore.
These are the Waynes.
These are the Batmans. They should make a Batman. It'd be good.
Marlon Wayans would probably be a great Batman. Because he's known, like, he did comedy, obviously, in, like, the Scary Movies and
drama.
White Chicks. But he was in Requiem for a Dream, and he was incredible in that movie.
Comedians always make the best drama actors.
Because he went to... Because I remember he came to ASU and, like, talked for whatever fucking reason. Sometimes they get random people to show up. But he was cool, and he talked about how, like, he went to school for, like, dramatic acting. And just, obviously, also did comedy because of his family. But, like, that's what he really studied. So when he, like, auditioned and, like, did Requiem for a Dream, that was his chance to show everyone that he was, like, a good dramatic actor.
Should I get really high and watch Requiem for a Dream?
Absolutely not. Don't watch it at all. It's a great movie, but it's just, like, so hard to watch.
It'll scare me straight.
Yeah. Like, you would never... Not that you want to do, like, heroin or anything, but, like, it'll...
What if I'm on acid?
Acid would chew you up and spit you out. You would not handle
You said
that.
your neurotic ass would not make it through the night.
You're fucking Florence Pugh spinning out in the grass. When she drank that tea and said, I can't see anything.
And she cried about her dead family. Spoiler alert.
But Nick Castle directed this movie, and we've talked about him before because he directed 'Twas the Night, the Disney Channel original movie.
Iconic.
And because he is also Michael Myers.
He is not Michael James Myers.
Yeah.
Why did I say that? Myers? Did you hear that?
Are you high right now?
No.
Yeah, we talked about 'Twas the Night and how, like, Michael Myers directed DCOM. And Michael Myers also directed...
When did he play Michael J. Myers?
He was in the original Halloween.
What?
And then he was in the new ones.
He's the old fuck?
He did a single scene in the 2018 one, and then a cameo in the Halloween Kills, Evil Dies Tonight.
Evil Dies Tonight.
But he was the original, The Shape.
Oh,
Michael Myers.
Oh, we got a legend in the house.
Yeah, so he's
I'm gonna get his face tattooed on my
been
butt.
a writer and director for years. He wrote August Rush. He directed Dennis the Menace.
He is a king, officially.
What a weird resume.
Could you imagine being like, yeah, I was Michael Myers, and I wrote August Rush. And I did a decom. And I did Major Payne.
He's done it all. So that's who's directing this movie.
No flops.
Michael Myers. This movie is a loose remake of the 1955 film The Private War of Major Benson, starring Charlton Heston. Never seen it, never heard of it until I was looking at the Wikipedia page last night.
It's a white man?
But, yeah, anytime we can remake a Charlton Heston movie, I say go for it.
Is he a whore?
Excuse me?
Is he a pedo?
He's just like an old white man. I don't think he did anything like
bad.
Yeah, I know he was like he was like super liberal in the beginning, or like he went from being liberal to being conservative and like supporting Ronald Reagan, which was like a weird like.
Not the Reagans.
Usually people go the other way, but interesting. But you know.
All right.
He's dead now, so.
Good.
So it doesn't really matter. Anyways, this movie was released on March 24th. So, anniversary coming up.
Pretty close. 10 days away. 10 days away.
There's no budget, but what do you think the box office was?
This movie had no budget. Counting on the times that my cousins have just watched this movie, I'm going to say it made $100,000. No, it's a comedy film.
It's in the millions.
I said $100,000. They won RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay. It won $50 million.
It won?
It won.
$30.1 million.
I was gonna say $30,000. Wait, $30,000.
And you didn't.
I didn't. I went higher the last second.
Cast includes Damon Wayans, who plays the titular role.
Major
Benson Winifred Payne. Karen Parsons plays Emily Walburn. We know her. We love her as being the bad bitch. Hillary Banks from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
I just love her.
Is Hillary the one?
She's the rich one.
They're
all rich, but she was like the one who always loved shopping and stuff.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, was she the one that dated the white guy, and they were like,
the old sister?
Yes.
Not Ashley.
Oh, okay.
Loved Ashley too, but from my history, I'll get more into it. But I never seen this, and so when she popped up, I said, "That's Hillary.
That's Hillary Swank.
That's Hillary Duff." William Hickey plays Dr. Phillips, and that's the old white man.
The old white man from Christmas Vacation.
Yes. He also voiced Dr. Finkelstein in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Love that man. Honestly, I kind of like him. He's a great actor.
He passed away 2 years after this movie came out. And he looked really old in this movie. He
looked like he's about to go in Christmas Vacation. Every time I watch that movie, I go, you think he's dead? And in my head, I'm like, yeah.
Stephen Martini plays Cadet Alex Stone.
More like, what's his first name?
Alex.
More like Alex Hotini, because he's beautiful.
Michael Ironside plays Alex's stepdad, who is the Lieutenant Colonel Stone. Michael Ironside, big actor.
Michael Ironside
couldn't name a single thing he was in, but
every time he shows up on screen, he looks scary. Like he looks like a Jack Nicholson scary.
Jack Nicholson
scary.
He was in some stuff.
Like he just scares the shit out of me.
He's just known for being scary, I think.
Doesn't he look like Jack Nicholson? Like a bald Jack Nicholson?
Yeah. Jack Nicholson is also bald on the top.
Balding.
Orlando Brown plays Tiger, Cadet Kevin Tiger Dunn.
Another Brown.
Brown.
Oh, sorry. I got the wrong family in my head.
I was like, who? You mean Wayans?
No, not Wayans either.
Who are the Browns?
I was thinking about Corey in the House.
No, but, similar. Orlando Brown from That's So Raven. Also it has legal issues, legal troubles, just like Kyle Massey from Corey in the House, and That's So Raven.
Oh, so I was in the same ballpark.
Yeah. I just don't know why you said another Brown. Racist.
God, no!
Albert Hall is the General Decker. I don't know who that is.
I think he's the guy who Major Payne gets fired from.
Oh, yeah. Cadet Dodson is played by Andrew Leeds.
Hey, Dodson.
Who apparently is still doing things. He's on Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, and my mom likes that show, so shout out
to that.
Chris Owen played Cadet Wooliger. He's like the redhead one with the freckles. He's in the American Pie movies.
Yeah.
As the Shermanator. So I was like, oh my god, he's so little. Damon Dante Wayans, like I said, that's Damon Wayans' nephew playing Dwight D. Williams.
Is that the cool one or the deaf one? They're both cool,
I think it's the cool one, because he's...
The laid back one.
Yeah, where Major Payne says, like, you're not my brother.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like...
It's funny because they're related.
Because they're family and he's his nephew. Cadet Leland, is that the one who was deaf?
Probably. He's probably not deaf in real life, though.
No, okay, well, it says Stephen Coleman plays Cadet Leland, and he's a film orchestrator and conductor.
What?
He conducted and orchestrated...
What was that?
What? A ghost?
I think it's...
What the hell? He conducted and orchestrated the score of The Predator. Didn't compose it, but he conducted the...
Being a conductor is a big deal.
Yeah.
They don't pick anybody to do that shit. Yeah. You gotta keep time. You gotta flip that page real fast.
I saw Mozart in the Jungle the first couple seasons.
I remember we were supposed to watch it together and you never did it.
You're so busy with band things. This was years ago. The movie has a 31% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Flop.
Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars, though. He said
Good.
It was a smart and funny satire of military films.
Roger Ebert, for as much as he's a dumb shit sometimes, he's got a brain.
You only say that when you agree with him.
I do. Every other time he's a piece of shit.
Trivia for this movie. To research his character, Damon Wayans endured several weeks of DI qualification training, learning the requirements of a Marine Corps drill instructor, as well as other aspects of Marine Corps training. He did the research. He came prepared.
Is that where he got turd from?
Apparently, this is a cult classic in Germany. Thanks to constant TV runs.
The Germans love Major Payne.
It was straight to video in Germany, but they love it over there.
I love that. I love that for the German people.
What's your history with this film?
Okay, my cousins love Major Payne. My cousins were like, I grew up in a family like here in Arizona because they were the only family that I had here, that I still have here. But they grew up in the realm of like Major Payne, the Wayans brothers, like all the Wayans brother movies, the Madsen, is it Madison or Billy Madison?
Billy Madison.
The production company.
Oh, Happy Madison.
Yeah, they grew up with the Happy Madison production company, like all those fucking movies, like, so all those movies are ingrained in my brain because of them. Big Daddy, I had no right seeing that as a child. They made me watch it.
That's not a super inappropriate.
No, that's not one. That's not the worst one. No, you're right. But I was like, should I be watching these movies? Like, I don't think they're for me. But I grew up with it, and one of my cousins actually, like, when my cousins get like that, like, sarcastic, funny, like when they start to be funny, they sound like Major Payne.
When they start to be, so
like,
they're not always funny.
No. Like when they're like actively trying to make a joke.
Okay.
They put on a Major Payne like rhythmic pattern in their voice. So I'm like, okay, I see where you got everything from. It's literally from the Wayans brothers, and Major Payne is like your source.
So they're thieves.
They're thieves.
Okay. So when did you first see this?
Sometime when I was a small child. Like between the ages of 5 and, let's just say, a soft 10. And
then have you seen it since then?
Yes. Oddly enough, I watched this a couple months ago.
I remember you saying that. That's why
I was like, I'm watching Major Payne.
Had you seen it before then? Just when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Have you watched it like multiple times?
Yeah, because it was on TV.
In the decade. Okay.
It was on TV. Like it would air on like ABC or like one of those like movie channels, like where they would just do movies back to back. So I would watch it on there.
Okay. I have never seen this. I've heard of it. It's just one I've heard about within the past like decade, and I've always been like, oh, I might like that. Like, it's a 90s movie. I've seen My Wife and Kids sometimes. so I know.
I know him.
I know Damon Wayans
personally.
But I'd never seen it until now, and I thought,
might as well.
Yeah, why not throw it in?
Let's get crazy.
So this movie starts out with when
I was a boy, at the age of 5.
All right.
Yeah.
Bad to the bone. We see that Major Payne is discharged.
He got fired.
He's got no one left to kill.
And he goes, I gotta get a job. And I said, terror, horror. Ew, can we talk about how I love the bit when he's like, does your arm hurt?
When he breaks someone's finger.
You want to forget how it feels or something like that?
And then we have the sequence where he's like, it's been 2 weeks since I killed a man.
He's eating a rat.
He's going through it. He decides maybe I'll work for the Popo.
He said, with my training as a killing machine, I knew exactly where to go. And I said,
True. He said, I can kill anyone. What should I do?
Be a cop.
And then when they're doing that like interview where you have to like do the
he goes,
hello, ma'am. Situation.
Hello, sir.
Yes, he hit that dude.
He did not hit that dude. He smacked that dude into the next dimension and back.
Okay. And then his general says, okay, I have an assignment for you, so you're like still in the military field. But
you're not hitting people.
Yeah, so he gets sent to this...
is it Madison
Preparatory Academy?
Yes.
They don't even say it until like halfway through the movie. And I said, where the hell
Where the fuck am I supposed to be?
The Cadet Kelly School?
This is some like Pennsylvania shit.
Crossover.
No, could you imagine if...
this is Virginia.
Could you... Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Could you... Because it says the Virginia ROTC. Could you imagine if Cadet Kelly and this troop went head to head? Who would win?
Their dances and their chants and stuff.
Why is it that every
Cadet Kelly had ribbons.
Cadet Kelly did have ribbons. And One Girl Revolution. I
don't know, but maybe I feel like Cadet Kelly was inspired by this.
I think so. I would like to believe that.
6 years after, maybe 7 years.
There's something about like these movies though, where it's always like, this is the way it's always been done, and then the last group to perform is always like, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone knows what you meant with
that. Thank you.
So he arrives there. He meets Emily, the school counselor, played by Karen Parsons of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Bless. There's a Glee Club meeting at 3:30.
You heard
in the announcement said it.
So, and that's where we first see Tiger as well.
Who gets picked up like a fucking rag doll. Mm-hmm. He's so tiny. I love when kids are so small. You can literally just pick them up and throw them.
I was not expecting Orlando Brown in this film. I knew he was on like Family Matters back in the day. But I didn't know he was doing all these movies.
Yeah,
like,
this is him. This is him.
They just had like five
little black kids.
5 black child actors. It was like him, Raven... couple other ones that like they were like, we'll just
circle them back around
through everything.
It's like the Olsen twins. It's like, we need 2 little blonde girls.
Yeah, we can't hire anymore.
Well, and then it became
funny. He was on 2 of a Kind with the Olsen twins.
I believe it.
He was on that show.
Who were like the other, like later on, who were like the little kid actors that got passed around like that? It's just like, no, not like, that's not okay, not like that.
Not for like touching.
No, I mean
there were.
Unfortunately,
Bryan Singer. Hello, FBI.
Poor Drew Barrymore. People were getting her drunk.
Drew Barrymore yeah. Juan didn't know that. I
didn't know that.
I had to show him that interview of her when she says that like
people would offer me drugs.
People would offer me drugs and alcohol when I was like 9 or something.
I was like, she's a child. Put that kid to bed.
Anywho, I don't know what actors you're thinking of. I can't think.
Little Miss Sunshine and Twilight.
Abigail Breslin.
And Dakota Fanning.
Oh, Dakota. That's what you think of with Dakota Fanning is Twilight?
Yeah, because she was that bad bitch. Payne.
Okay, anyways. So then we meet the principal, who was that really old guy that we talked about.
Loves
who was
bugs.
A little bug freak.
Okay.
I was accosted.
I was like, this is trauma for you, but it's heaven for me. I would love nothing more.
He was, like, holding them.
Yes, he, like, has them alive. And he's, like, taxidermying them or whatever you do with bugs.
That's disgusting. You can't just kill them like that.
If I had my way, Sarah, I would have taxidermy birds.
Okay, but, like, you wouldn't kill them.
No, I personally would not do anything. I would purchase them. They would be bought from my money, but I would not be doing it myself.
He was just holding that thing while it was buzzing.
It's a slippery slope. That's how you end up killing people.
So he's like, okay, you're gonna you're gonna be in charge of these ROTC kids.
Do whatever the fuck you want, just don't let them bother me.
Yeah, he's like, I hate them. So, those kids, we get introduced to them. They're all like, Major Payne gives them all like some insulting nickname. He makes little Orlando Brown pee his pants.
He got a piss. He said, what does he say? I made a what?
A mistake.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Freckle boy. We got a fat kid, of course. It was the 90s. D, who was that one where he's like, we're not brothers. Just because...
We don't know if he's a stoner. He's just like... Something gave me like that vibe of like, he's just like...
stoner?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just, he's like, just because
I'm black and you're black doesn't mean
you're
that
one of
cool.
the only, black kids here doesn't mean...
When he goes up to the deaf kid, he's like, are you dumb or are you just deaf? I go, okay, let's not say that. But then little Freckles boy goes, deaf. Sir, he is deaf. Deaf?
And then he goes, oh, thank you, but drop and give me 20 or whatever.
Yes.
I was like, he was just helping.
The way that Major Payne's, like, his character can flip-flop from just being, like, an absolute piece of shit to, like, amazingly caring and, like, just being, like, as polite as physically possible is so good to me. Like, that is so comedically timed well.
Ass Eyes. I don't remember who that was.
Ass Eyes is the kid who's kind of cross-eyed.
Alex Stone, who is the, like, main cadet that we'll get to. But so what does Major Payne do? He shaves all their heads. Because he goes, sir, you can't make us do, or like, he's trying to equalize them. He sized them all up at the beginning and then he equalized them all. He's the equalizer. But should he have done that? Let's just get our thoughts on ROTC out right now. Okay, our thoughts on ROTC? Never. Trash, absolutely hideous. It's a what's it called? People are going like, all these gays and they're fighting the no say gay, whatever, the gay bills. They're just trying to groom our kids. What is ROTC doing? What is ROTC literally doing? They're literally shave their heads. And then they're just, like, making them be, like... compliant. Why would I ever do push-ups? For punishment. Like, why would I ever, like, to, like, earn their respect? Listen, I'm an educator. Listen, military people. I don't mean no harm. But I would simply never. I don't understand. Like, I don't see why. I don't understand, like... I don't see the point of war. Respect. First of all, there shouldn't be any fucking wars. Make the politicians go do it, if anyone's gonna go. Why don't y'all just get in a boxing ring and fight it out? Fight it out. Literally. Like, you don't need to have, like, troops die and guns and people and buildings. We don't need no guns. You know how long buildings take to make? You know how When Nosferatu. When I went to Notre Dame Cathedral. Mm-hmm. I went there. When that shit was burning, I legitimately have never felt more sadness for, like, something inanimate. Or something that I've never even met. Why did that burn? It was, like, under construction. Okay, so it wasn't war. No, it was burned. No! So this is just not really related. But it's, like historical architecture. It's like, why would anyone do that? It's, like, so precious. Or like, even new architecture. Even just places where innocent people are living. A Frank Lloyd Wright building. Or just, like, any a house. Why are you only talking about architects? My point is, I just don't get it. Like, people that go in the military, they're like, oh, like... It builds character. Yeah, then they go through this... And then you come back with trauma. They're like... And then you can't watch fireworks. Respect and honor and everything. And I just... We've alienated any of the veterans listening. But I literally... No offense to you guys, but, like, I kind of don't care. But I just don't get it.
Like, I'm never gonna thank anybody for their service. Like,
and like ROTC, it's just like, why?
Like, I don't understand. It's that whole concept, and I always go back to this. Why are we allowing children to go fight and die in a war when they cannot have a sip of alcohol? Like, do you see my thinking process? Like,
yes, I understand.
Like, how do you expect someone... Because people are like, 21 because the brain doesn't fully develop. But you're letting these angry kids, like, go out into war when their brains haven't fully developed. And then we get family annihilators. So, like, what's that?
It was Family Matters was the show he was on.
No. Wait.
Just kidding. You're actually saying it wrong. It was called Family Matters.
You're right.
So yes, that's the angle we're coming at this at.
But I do love this movie.
But this movie is like parodying.
And I do love Cadet Kelly.
In military films. Well, Cadet Kelly believed in gun control. Remember that? She didn't want to be there.
She said, I'm here because of my new fucking dad. She said,
I'm going to stand up and take Olive Drabin to Totally Fat.
I'm going to make this a queer space.
Yes, I'm gonna paint
leave
her hair rainbow.
Leave it to Hilary Duff to make an extremely heteronormative space a very queer space.
So true.
Let's get her on Congress.
Let's get her in Congress. I thought you were gonna say let's get her to perform at Pride.
Oh my god.
So yes, he shaves all of their heads.
By the way, all the major Payne, everything he says is so quotable and good.
Name a quote.
What the hell is that, you little freckle-faced cartoon?
Okay. Emily, the counselor, asks why he shaved their heads and made them piss their pants. She's like, have you heard of positive reinforcement, you know?
He literally went up to the fat kid and went, if I poke your belly, will you go, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo?
Like the Pillsbury Doughboy. So, and then she's like, let's be partners. Like, let's help them get positive reinforcement. And she's like kind of flirting with him to get her way. And he goes, okay.
She is such a con artist, and I love that.
And I love that for her.
When people can do that, like when you can seduce somebody to get your way, you are so powerful.
So then Major Payne makes them all sleep in like what do you call that? Like a bunker together?
Yeah, so he basically to equalize them and to unify them. It's kind of smart what he's doing. He's saying I'm going to make myself the enemy for you guys so you guys can find commonality and work towards something. Which is kind of shit, but
was that what he was doing?
Yeah.
Or was he just messing with them?
No, he literally, it's like a whole thing. It's you will all become stronger because you will all have to fight me.
This is the military. We don't need to play these games.
Again, these games, we don't play games, but I kind of agree it's a good tactic. It sucks, but it's a good tactic.
He also buries them in the dirt so they look like fucking Doug Drio. Is that what they're?
Diglets.
They all look like a bunch of Diglets, a bunch of whack-a-moles.
Because they're fighting him. They're fighting him and he fights back.
And then we have the training beginning with the grenade scene.
Oh my god, when he goes, that's just a dummy.
It's not a real grenade.
Throws it. Boom. Who's the dummy now?
It was a real grenade.
Okay, who's the character that you hate the most in this movie?
The carrot? Who's
the character
that
you hate the most? I have one.
That old fucking man who was messing with the bugs.
Really? You don't hate Douglas or whatever his name? Dushin?
Is it the kid who's the brown-noser?
Yeah, the one that sounds like that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I hate him.
I hate him because of its voice.
I guess but I also understand what he's doing.
He's a dirty little brown-noser with a hidden agenda.
Yeah, but I mostly just hated that old white man with the bugs.
Because he likes butterflies?
I hated him the most. So then the kids decide, let's put some laxatives in his cupcake.
They're trying to get rid of him.
Yes. And that backfires, quite literally.
Because he fires a fart so toxic, it knocks out fucking Ginger Dumbo on his ass.
Then they decide, let's put Heathcote, that's the fat kid, in a dress, in bed next to Major Payne. Well, first of all, I was like, where is this going? Is this going to be, queerphobic? Because at first, I didn't know the angle, because they just put him in a dress.
I don't know.
And then I realized what they were doing. And then I was like, Okay, still not good.
Still not good. And then it gets a little queerphobic. And I'm still like, this is the part of the movie where I'm like, it's the early 2000s, I get it. But like...
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s, I get it. Yeah. I get it even more so at this point. Mm-hmm. So I'll give it a pass. But it's a little hard for me to watch and laugh at.
But Major Payne ends up waking up, so they can't get the photo. It backfires.
When he goes, hello, Betty, something, something, I go...
And then Emily, the counselor, is pissed again because she's like, what the hell? I thought we were doing positive reinforcements because he made them run around in the dresses.
He made everyone run around in dresses. By the way, some of them were gorgeous.
And that's...
Some gowns.
That should be on Drag Race, is that a competition to run around?
Who can run the most laps in a dress?
Yeah.
It's a mini challenge. This brought trauma from my high school.
Did someone make you...
No, remember when my principal made the kids hold hands as a punishment? And everyone called them gay. Mm-hmm. And Spark Club was like, that's homophobic. And the principal was like, I didn't mean it to be homophobic. I love the gays. And I said, give me money.
What does that have to do with them wearing dresses?
Because he humiliated them by making them seem queer.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't think Major Payne was actively doing that, but
I don't think he's actively queerphobic.
No, Major Payne is not. If anything, he's an ally.
I wouldn't go that far. No,
I think like if a kid was getting bullied, like if someone was on ROTC and he was queer,
only for the army kids.
Yes, but like he would be like, I don't care that you like boys. I will kick someone's ass if they come for you. I feel like Major Payne would do that.
You're just describing our country when they were like, trans people can now be in the military, and we were all like, no one wanted this.
We said why?
They were like, we will show you respect only if you're in the military. Otherwise, you're still
trash.
You're still trash, and we're not going to respect you. He's an ally. We have Major Payne shooting pow 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 at Tiger's like boogeyman.
Because this argument riles me up so much because she's like, what is it? Because she's yelling at him, basically being like, you're a piece of shit, like, you're crazy, and then he's like, you are, like, coddling him, like, you do not let him grow up, like, blah, 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 blah. And then he's just like, I'm gonna show you how I take care of situations, and he's just, blacka, 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 at that closet.
I just realized you have that sticker on your laptop. I don't think you're supposed to keep that.
What?
The full HD 1080.
I also have this up here.
Why do you keep those on there?
There's no point in taking them off.
Well, I get that, I guess. It'll remind you that you can do 360 swivel. Why do you have full HD? Of course it's full HD 1080p.
I don't know. I'm just never taking it. Should I take it off right now?
No, because you've had this laptop for, what, like 5 years?
Yeah. 6.
There's no point now. Anyways, then we have...
oh my god, my laptop's so old. I just realized that. Isn't yours from 2009?
We don't need to talk about
our computers are gonna give out any day now.
Mine's from 2013.
Oh, so not that old.
But she's doing great.
Remember when she wanted to turn on?
She's fine. She got through it. Rudy, I love you, baby. She good.
You got this, sweetie.
She good. Everyone talks shit about her, but no, you just need to give her positive reinforcement, like they said in the movie. So then we have Cadet Stone hiring a big biker to beat up Major Payne. That's his next plan. Yeah,
they're coming up with like these different strategies. The first one was the cupcake that makes him shart. What's the next one? This, right? This is the next one.
Yeah.
I love when Major Payne goes, fee, fi, fo, thumb, where the fuck did you come from? Kind of thing. And I'm like, that's so funny.
That's so funny.
That's just so funny.
So it backfires because then he makes...
Major Payne kicks his ass.
Yeah, and he makes Cadet Stone the cadet sergeant, so he's in charge of, all the other kids?
Yeah, so again, it's like, I kind of agree with this, where it's like, you get the worst kid.
I get that.
You get this one, right? Where it's like, you get the worst kid, and it's like, okay, you're in charge now. If everyone fucks around and messes up, it's on you.
I understood that.
I like that. Will I be implying that in my own teachings now? No. But I will be putting pressure on the weakest kid to maybe do like a sectional or something.
Okay, all right.
Not to say that my kids are weak.
And then they have a full-on breakdown.
Yeah.
It backfires for you.
It goes horribly wrong.
So then we have the kids going on a Black Ops mission to get the trophy because Major Payne says,
if you give me the trophy, I will leave.
Yeah, so go steal it from this other academy, bring it back, and I'll leave. This is your last chance to get me to leave.
He's putting the bait for. He's putting.
Num num num. So while they go on that Black Ops mission, and spoiler, get their asses beat.
When he goes outside, and it's like that scene of just like it's like that scene in Narnia. When Edmund turns around and everyone's just fucking dying. It's like, oh my god.
Major Payne and Emily go to dinner.
I love this.
Because there was a hint earlier when he shot the boogeyman or whatever, where they like held hands for a second and then they were like, oh.
Yeah.
And so now like obviously they're into each other, and so they go to dinner. They're talking about his Little Engine That Could story and how we can make that better.
Oh yeah, because no, is that now or is that later?
No, it's now, because she's like, I'd love to talk to you about that story over dinner. Yes,
I love that little story because it starts out, he's like, have you ever heard of the little engine that could? He went, toot, toot. That lives in here. Like, that is like, you know how people say like that memory is rent free? Literally, it comes up by default. And then when he screams, and she's right there listening and being like, oh my god, this is such a cute story. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? And then she gets scared. Love it.
And so she says, like, you're almost making strides. You're almost there.
You're almost getting
it. Kind of improving.
Your war trauma is the only thing holding you back.
Yes. So they're at this club dancing.
You make me feel like dancing. It's not that song. It's, what's the song?
I don't remember.
Something about coochie. Yeah. It's something about coochie.
So the kids get their asses beat, and then Stone's like, you set us up, you called them.
He said, yeah, and what?
It's like, I never said I wouldn't,
He said this wasn't about fair, this was about you achieving a goal. Did you achieve it? No, you did not.
And then we have Stone's stepdad showing up and being a jerk. Michael Ironside shows up.
Michael Ironside looking... Again, he looks like a crazy Jack Nicholson in this scene. Like, there's something about him.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
He's just crazy and Jack Nicholson.
They're the same. There's something about, like, those crazy eyes that both of these two actors have that's, like, I don't, like, whenever I see an angry white person, they look like this. And it scares the fuck out of me because I don't want to be anywhere near them because I'm like, they're going to pull out a knife or a gun or just spit on me. I don't want either of that. Mm-hmm. It's scary.
So then Major Payne defends Alex.
Mm-hmm. And Alex at that point is like, I trust you, I believe in you, take us to victory.
Yes, so then he's like, do you want the trophy? Do you want, like...
Do you guys want to win?
And then Alex says, I want to earn it. Like, not steal it, none of that. Like, I want to earn it, I'm in. And so the rest of them are in, and we have that montage of R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Wait. Yeah, that's... Yeah. What you want? Yeah, okay.
And we have the general returning at the end of the montage where he says, Major Payne, you're reinstated for assignment in Bosnia. You don't have to boss around these kids anymore.
Fuck them kids.
It starts... We need to go tomorrow. You need to leave tomorrow, and it's the same day as the competition.
Oh no, the musical and the science fair and the baseball game and the military ship out are all on the same day. Mm-hmm. However, will I make the beauty pageant?
Exactly. And so he's like, well, that's the same day as the competition.
You and I just got so raspy.
But he says he'll be there. And then... the kids are like, what happened to unity and family?
The abandonment issues jumped. They leapt out of those kids. Mm-hmm. Out of everybody, honestly. Everyone felt the abandonment.
I mean, he just
said bye.
He just left.
But, like, I love later on because I don't want to jump back and forth too much right now. So can we just talk about the train scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the next day. Major Payne is at the train station, and I like how he's like. I think Major Payne has always wanted a normal life, especially now. Like, I think he likes the kids. He likes what's her name?
Emily.
He likes Emily. He likes Tiger. Like, I think he's like in this crisis of like, war is the only thing that I know, but I want a normal life. Like, I like what I have.
And that's the military trauma.
And then he has this little fantasy of him and Tiger and Emily all like living, because before then, because Emily confronts him about the whole situation.
She's pissed that he's leaving her and the kids.
She's mad. And she basically goes like, so are we nothing to you? Did this mean nothing? He's like, you don't think he's like, what? Did you think I wanted to live in a house with you and adopt Tiger and live happily ever after and drink lemonade and like have and like he's basically saying like, I wanted all this, but I can't have it. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of sad. But then you see that little dream sequence and it's like, oh my God.
It is really
and then he kills that assassin.
It is really what he wanted. And then the games start. The games!
It's in the game!
EA Sports. And then, so yeah, like that's while that train station thing is happening. At the games, we have Wellington, which is that academy that has the trophy from last year.
Duke and Dawkinson, whatever his name is.
They cheat.
He's a little chicka. I was trying to say sneaky snoiling snealer, and
You just said chicka boom boom. And then so Madison starts to fight with them. They're all duking it out and everything.
They're fighting.
And who shows up while they're fighting?
That shitty white man.
No, it's Major Payne.
No, he comes in after.
Well, he comes in after,
and he goes, because the Wellington guy is like, these little bitches are out here with even they got abandoned by their troop leader, by their Girl Scout mama. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, no, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. He shows up and we see that Wellington and Madison are the final two teams in the competition, but the boys are hurt.
We got, what's his name? We got Sean? No,
Stone.
We got Stone, who's injured because Dookie over there fucking tripped him and then made him hurt himself. And then the other guy can't compete because he started the fight. Because they were like, we can't ban everybody, but we can ban the person who started the instigation, which is not the deaf one, but Major Payne's cousin.
So who's gonna lead the drill?
No one. Who will ever lead the drill? Tiger.
I did like this though, because earlier he was talking about how little kids don't get to do anything, and so he's like, "I'm too little, I can't do it," and they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna do it."
He's like, "You know it all. You're gonna do it."
So they do this little drill: hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, ho,
hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, ho.
They do some twists on a classic, I don't know what I've been told, that classic, whatever the fuck that's called.
And then you get the color guard in there, just the woo.
Mm-hmm. And then
you got Tiger recreating Major Payne's dance moves from the dance scene,
and he's like also doing Michael Jackson, I think
so,
because he's like grabbing his crotch and yelling "Who?"
Well, that's what Major Payne does later or earlier.
Well, I guess
he does a little like
imitating Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like kind of like that father son mimicry thing.
And everyone was doing that in the 90s.
Everyone was, but no one should have.
And so 3 months later, we see that they did win the trophy.
Yes,
and Alex got his own trophy.
Yeah, he got like a basically like a you are the best little one.
But he's a big one.
Like a little lieutenant. Or, I don't know, commander.
He's not as small as Tiger.
No, he's not.
Tiger is a little baby.
No, Stone is, if anything, he's like fucking 26.
And then Major Payne meets the new ROTC squad.
Yeah. Half of those kids aren't there anymore, by the way.
So now we have a blind kid instead of a deaf kid.
No, I think the deaf kid is still there. One of them is still there.
Well, either way. Then we have the blind kid because it's like mirroring earlier. And he has the seeing eye dog, and he shaves all their heads and the dog.
And the dog.
You can't shave the dog.
And the movie ends with him going, I love his laugh. It's so stupid.
Okay. And Tiger is the corporal now. But
what does he say? He's like, tell mama to bring me my razor blade or something like that. My knife.
Something like that. But yeah, that's the end of the movie.
That's the end.
And now I will read some IMDb reviews.
IMDb.
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 Toot, toot.
Alright, this first one is negative. Well, not negative. It says it's a guilt. Okay, it's called.
Can you?
It's called a guilty pleasure comedy, but should only be watched by military veterans. So we weren't allowed to watch. We weren't supposed to watch this, according to this reviewer, Eric-1226, written in December 2001.
Sam.
Wiki.
Ladies Man 22567 whatever.
Some people love this movie. Others hate it. I can relate to both camps. I know lowbrow comedy when I see it, and this truly is obnoxious comedy at its best or worst. But then again, so was that sob called Boot Camp. I don't know what that is. That some of us lucky ones got to go through.
I think it's Son of a Bitch.
Okay, but I'm saying I don't know what boot camp is.
I think he means like actual boot camp.
Oh. I guess.
Yeah.
Because this is coming from a veteran. To me, I'm just like, a movie called Boot Camp?
No. I think he's all talking about boot camp.
So if you are ex-military, or perhaps you had any sort of disciplined upbringing by an ex-military father, watch this movie and you will laugh till you cry. I can't think of a better movie to watch to give some comic relief and
to my trauma
and some emotional counterbalance to the whole dreadful experience of boot camp. Girl, who made you go there?
No one said you had to.
That's an abusive parent if they made you go. Many of the gags are side-splittingly funny, and the vocal tones and mannerisms of Major Payne are just spot-on hilarious. And the kids in the film do a remarkable job in their supporting roles. The kids, in fact, steal the show, especially the younger ones. Lots of absurdity in the movie, but still here and there peeks through a poignant maturity of the deeper symbolism of what boot camp is all about. I enjoyed this movie a lot, not just for the comedy, but for the fact that it brought back a few fond memories of military life in spite of it all. What was fond?
What the fuck? He literally, wasn't he just 2 seconds ago being like, this thing was so hell. Shit. Yeah.
But I
loved it.
And then they gave their favorite lines, but I'm not gonna
I don't care about that.
I guess we just couldn't relate to that.
I just don't see the point of like enjoying my trauma and like stuff that's gonna be repercussive and bad for me later. Like, what's the no?
This is an 8 out of 10 star review written by helpless_dancer in
Are We Human? Or Are We Helpless_dancer?
It was written in December 1998. I didn't even know IMDb existed then.
RIP. Okay.
And it's called I Laughed My Head Off.
They're dead. This
one poked fun at the military schools and came off well. Good acting and funny script kept it going. I fell in the floor watching the Major eat.
Wait, I fell in the floor?
But do you really think a fine foxy babe would be even remotely attracted to this animal? It was totally unrealistic, but was made for a big laugh, so who cares? Wow, they insulted Damon Wayans. That's just me when I see any woman, and then you see them with her with.
And you're like...
You see, like, their
how,
boyfriend.
Why? Honestly, sometimes it's like, what the fuck?
Honestly, most of the time. Most of the time with, like, straight couples, it's like...
Was this necessary? Did this have to happen?
What did he...
Or, like, it's like the reverse for me. It's like, sometimes it's like the man is so, like, nice and pretty and has a fat ass. And then, like, the girl is just a piece of shit and you're like... What? Also, useless. Useless.
That's my favorite character from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Useless.
Useless bangs!
I'm just looking up the movie on Letterboxd real quick. Seeing what the girlies had to say.
If the girlies are mad about this movie, I'm screaming.
It's like mixed. Like I'm seeing a lot of like 3.5, 4, but I'm also seeing some 2s, some 1.5.
Are the 2s and 1s like funny though? Or are they just like, this is bad? Because I've been starting to do that with Shudder. Like I'll go through the movie reviews and I'm like, some of them are like, I get it. Like people are just here to have fun. Oh, I almost threw it.
Okay. Let's wrap up then. I don't think we have any tweets. So, Juan, what are your final thoughts on the film?
Oh, I almost threw up. I love this movie. Genuinely, I love this. And it might be like the nostalgia talking of like me being a small child and like having like I didn't appreciate it back then, but I do appreciate it now. Like my cousins like almost forcing me to watch like these like older quote unquote raunchier, like not for kid movies.
It's PG-13.
PG-13.
It's not really raunchy.
No.
They weren't making you watch fucking The Hangover when you were
like 3. No. No, but like for me, like growing up, like being an immigrant child and like growing up, it was like,
oh, here we go. Here we go
again. No, but it was like, is this like appropriate? Like, is this like fine? Because I was kind of nurtured. Not nurtured.
Not natured, but nurtured.
I was nurtured.
You mean sheltered?
Sheltered.
Nurtured.
My mom was nurturing. I felt like I was sheltered, and so like whenever I was with them, I felt like, am I allowed to like know this information? Like, is this like appropriate for my age? Like, I never knew. So like,
and you still don't.
And I still don't. But like, I appreciate my cousins like showing me these movies. Like, it's fond memories, and it, like they do live in my head as like something that's like, oh, this is really funny to me, and I see why. And like, so I like this movie. I'm gonna give it like a solid 4 out of 5.
Okay.
To me, like, this is such a good movie. 4 out of 5 solid. Like, the Wayans brothers to me cannot do wrong, unfortunately.
I see.
Even when they kind of do wrong.
I see. I am gonna give it just a solid middle of the road 3.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
What I did like about it was quick. And even when I was watching,
this was a quick movie.
Even because we watched it on Peacock with ads, and even then I was like
an hour 40.
I was like, oh yeah, I was like, this is going by quickly. Like, it didn't slow down for me at all. It had a nice pace and everything. I love seeing Karen Parsons.
Also, I think the Wayans brothers make like, at least back in the day, made like really steady and like good movies.
Name 5.
Scary Movie. Scary Movie 2. This one. White Chicks. Scary Movie 3.
I was gonna say name 5, like when you started saying Scary Movie, but I was about to say that aren't scary movies.
That aren't all the scary movies.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say like I could watch it again. Like, it's one of those I feel like you could like just throw it on on a Sunday when you're like playing Wordle on your phone.
Wordle. You play Wordle? You into that?
I've been doing Buffy the Vampire Wordle. I did it today. Which is just Buffy the Vampire themed words. For those that don't know, I created a DCOM Wordle.
Dirtle.
Which is dcom.wordle.net, I think.
You can just make websites.
You can, I wanted to do it where like, I was like trying to figure out how to like code a website.
Oh my god!
And then I was like, this is too much. But yeah, we do a new word a day dealing with decoms. Could be a word in the title, could be just something like songs.
Don't they have to be a certain length?
I do 5 because that's what Wordle, the regular Wordle does. But there's different versions of Wordle.
Because it's not a real thing. Because Wordle is not a real thing. It's just
it's just a game that...
It's a copy-paste game.
Joshua whatever created. Joshua Wardle?
His last name is not Wardle.
He created it for, like, his partner.
Aww.
Because his partner, like, loves word games, and so he just created it for him. And then, like, it took off.
Aww.
I know. I knew you'd love that. Because gay and cute. And
look at all the straights being like, I love Wordle.
I've been playing Quordle, which is... I haven't played regular Wordle, but Quordle is queer like words. Regular Wordle, but it's for...
Queer people.
No, it's for different... you have to do 4 at a time.
What the fuck? What? Tic-tac-toe 4 in a row?
But you can only guess...
I don't play Wordle.
Say, like, it's 4 different quadrants. You have to...
Baby.
But it's fun. I think when we do our comeback stream, our return...
We should do a Wordle.
We should do Squirtle.
What is Squirtle? Pokemon Wordle?
Squirtle is Pokemon Wordle, but, like, it's not with words. It'll give you, like, the type... you can put in the generations and it gives you like size, weight, like height, weight, type.
You have to guess it based on its like descriptors.
Yeah, of what it gives you of like it's water and grass. It's taller than the first one. It's taller than Mr. Mime, smaller than whatever. Like, I think you'd be really good at it.
Okay,
not me.
You piqued my interest.
I know. I think we should do a comeback stream where we do some Squirtle. We can do some Quirtle. I can show you once you get into it. It's nice. Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
that happens.
Okay,
it's because Adobe Flash Player stopped in 2019 or 2020, and I haven't.
What? Me too. She comes up. She just shows up.
I just keep it. I've been hitting Remind Me Later for 2 years. Because literally, what does it say?
Flash Player has ended.
Beginning January 2021. Oh, well, I've been hitting Remind Me Later. Oh, after December 31st, 2020. Yeah. I've just been hitting Ignore. So. Anyways, I think it's a good movie to just throw on. Like, it's not like a favorite or anything. I obviously don't have the nostalgic connection that you do. But, you know, I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it.
It's fun. It's fast. It's quotable.
Yeah. And with that, let's give a shout out to the one, the only.
Iris is our podcast artist. She draws our podcast art. And you can check her out on Twitter and Instagram at CreepsiclePanda. And you can also support her financially on Patreon at patreon.com/CreepsiclePanda or her tip jar on Twitter. Support. She's a trans person, so support. I think at this point, like it's plainly obvious that we just have to directly support trans people because the government will never. Joe Biden will never. Local governments will never.
He'll just tweet, "I'm here for you.
Trans kids, I sharded.
I'm here for you, but I simply cannot get anything done in the White House.
I don't know where I am. Is this a basement?"
Yes, and if you want to support us, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Planet Weird Pod. Like we said, Twitch stream coming soon. Probably like beginning of April or something.
I'll probably do a test after you leave.
A little testy test.
Yeah.
Ote. But yeah,
I mean, everything's set up. I might as well, right?
Make sure you're following on there.
If you see us on, well, I mean,
turn those notifications on because then you'll get a notification.
If you get a notification the day that we're recording this, so if you got a notification 5 days ago, I'm sorry.
We can change the notification to say test stream on it.
Oh,
so that they know.
Word.
Anyways, and then you can also buy some merch, link in the description.
I'll probably play a little something for like 30 minutes just to figure it out.
Okay. Back to the merch.
Back to the merch!
T-Public stuff, link in the description.
Back to the merch.
Halloween 2021 merch update.
Halloween 2021 merch update. Everything got restocked from the fabricators, the people who make the garments. So those should be getting done within the next week or so. Probably like in the next 2 or so weeks, which means you will get them definitely by sometime around like April, which is good because it's getting hot. It's hot. It's the heat.
It's hot. It's the heat.
It's summer.
Yeah, and I emailed all y'all that ordered and said basically that the stuff was getting restocked in March, so
it's coming.
It's true. It happened.
It happened, and it's gonna be so good. Like those shirts, I cannot wait to walk around in it.
Yum yum. And then
imagine them. They're thick. They're so hot.
I have some of those shirts.
Oh, are they nice?
Yeah, that brand.
Oh, blessed.
I mean, they're like a little thicker than like this.
Well, duh, because they're like...
Yeah, like... Anyways.
But they're good for the summer.
And it's summer. It's camp.
Spring.
It's a camp theme.
It's camp.
It's giving camp.
You think kids in the 70s?
Camp straight in the eye.
And it's saying, you will die here.
Also, thank you to our Patreon supporters, our patrons. If you want to join our Patreon, you can click the link below where it says support us on Patreon.
Thank you.
And at $5 tier, you'll be getting the weekly video episode. You can see our faces. You can see what shirts we're talking about. You can see the notebooks. You can see it all, my friend. $10 a month, you get that bonus episode every month, plus that weekly video podcast. Sorry, burping. And then $15 monthly, everything I just said, and then a monthly movie night or game night. Those should be fun. They'll be over Google Meets. So come on down, come join the Patreon. You know, you can say hi to each other in the...
If there's 1 month you're feeling hyper generous, do the 15 and then drop back down to 5.
You can change, you can mix it up. But thank you to the people that support us on there. That's Aisa Yusuf, Grace Worspawn. Got it. Grace, you messaged me the pronunciation.
Thank you, Grace.
Alexa Pratt, Emily Palmer, Whitney Harris, Jared Van Leeuwen, Jose Contreras Jr., Enrique Buenrostro.
Oh, God, my God.
Sorry, I'm only half Hispanic.
Buenrostro.
Yes. Vo. Enrique and Vo just signed up. Thank you very much.
You are in vogue.
And shout out, of course, to Ivy
General.
There we go, Ivy. Planet Weird Awards reminder. Go vote. Pokemon Go to the polls. Link is in our bio or in the description of this episode. And next week's episode will be all about Fern Gully.
Oh, God.
What's it called? The Last Rainforest?
Yeah.
That Fern Gully, because I think there's technically 2.
There are 2.
We're talking about that first Fern Gully movie. I think you have to rent it or just find it illegally. But
at this point, do whatever you can. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, if you have thoughts on that, let us know. And then we'll be getting ready for some April
showers.
April movies.
Can we make all the April movies sad?
We'll see.
Because April showers from our tears will bring May flowers.
Okay, we'll see. Everyone.
Ew, I look kind of gross.
Well, we've been recording for over an hour, so you've been looking gross for a long time.
Oh, no.
Everyone, hope you are staying safe out there. Queer and trans people.
We see you, we hear you. We are you?
We are. Well, we're queer and gender nonconforming, so we understand. We are with you. And Jamie Lee Curtis supports.
Jamie Lee Curtis will get Michael Myers to kill someone for you.
So, yes. So, tell your family and friends, if they're really allies, they need to be emailing their Congress people, their representatives, their
fucking
senators.
Everyone at this point. Call everyone.
Spy Kids, call everyone. All right, everyone. Goodbye.
Goodbye.